Hello everybody, I'm Pavel, and I'm Vincent's the very first coaching client, and I just wanted to say it's been very helpful since the beginning. We have a phone-in coaching call every single week, and I didn't know what to expect because I've never used a coacher before, so it's really nice, and I would just wanted to say it's very important to be surrounded by property investors. If you wanna start a business and you would like to invest in property and have a business around rent to rent or anything, it's very important to be surrounded by the same people and also with more experienced property investors, because you can ask many questions as you want, and you know that they can help you to answer all those questions. And now I'm sitting in my very first rent-to-rent service accommodation. It feels amazing.
I've known Lewis for over 10 years, and he's the most knowledgeable person I know on how to improve a business. I'm an artist myself, and whenever I've needed help or advice, I go to him. So I'd highly recommend speaking to him if you're looking to try and make improvements.
Hi, I've spent the past few days at Vincent's coaching programme, and it's been amazing. I've learned so much about myself, and it's really pushed me out of my comfort zone, and yeah, can't wait to see where I end up.
Hi, my name's Zara. I just wanted to give a testimonial for Lewis. I know Lewis personally, and he has been helping me, coach me on my business. I would just want to say that he's a very smart man. He is an intelligent man. He knows what he's talking about. He has been incredibly polite and caring, and he is able to provide you with the information and support that you need to help you grow yours as well. So please take his help.
Hi, so I attended Vincent's mastermind training over the weekend. Really good, really highly recommend it. Learned loads, and not only does he tell you everything he knows about property, but he also focuses a lot on your mindset and why you want to do it. I'm also one of his coaching clients, so we have a weekly phone call every week, and it helps you really progress through your property journey. So yeah.
Hey, so my name's Adam, and I've known Lewis for just over a year now. And what I could say, he's a very, very awesome guy. So when I first met him, I just instantly sort of connected with him. I don't know, just felt welcomed and felt comfortable around him. He's a very smart, very intelligent guy, and I've learned a lot from him, mainly from personal reasons and a few bits and bobs within business as well. You know, within months of knowing him, you know, I've gone up to Scotland, I've seen him, I've been to his house, I've stayed at his house before, and yeah, he's just very awesome, welcoming, and nice guy.
That the networking event was really nice. It feels actually really good to be around people that have the same goals. You always learn different things. I learned a lot about Buy-to-Let that event, and it was really interesting for me. And it just feels nice to be in an environment where you meet new people, people with similar goals, and everyone just works together. And there's a sense of community within a team, which I really like. So yeah, thank you again for that event. It's great.
And every time I think of Vincent, it's two words come to my mind. It's take action, take action. So I think you walk your talk as well, which is the reason why I can listen to it all the time.
I think that the event is great. I think to receive all this information for free is a gift. And I think Vincent is super practical and it's really, really helpful so far. And I think it's a game changer for me. It's great. And I would advise everybody to come to the event. There's nothing.
Before I started working with Lewis, I had absolutely no idea that I wanted to run a business, that I could run a business. I never believed that I could do it. I thought it was scary. I didn't think it was possible for me. I was working with children with additional support needs. I felt good because I was helping the kids, but it's not what I wanted to do. And I was unhappy. I didn't have money, and I didn't know what to do next. I had no idea what was the next step for me, because the next step in that career is to be a teacher, and I didn't want to be a teacher. So I met Lewis, and not only did he help me start my business, but he helped me find my passion. So within 1 month of me starting my business, I became financially free.
Yeah, hey guys, so we're just getting to the end of Vincent's even 3 days to 20K, and I have to say, so far it's been incredible. As always, Vincent over-delivered many things. He taught us many strategies. He also invited a special guest, Alex, and he had an amazing speech about how to pitch people, you know, about finances and so on. So it was absolutely amazing, and I will definitely attend next time again. And if you guys, you know, are thinking about, you know, how to raise finances or how to grow a little bit faster in your businesses, I think this is something you should definitely have a look at. It's focused on a property business, but if you are in any other businesses, this is exactly where you can apply on any other areas. So yeah, great.
So it was great to meet new people and share ideas, and also seeing other people doing phone calls, because I don't think I ever was exactly in their position, but I can see a part of me from the past, let's say, or from sometimes that is, well, different from me, but that I can work on in a way. So it was very interesting.
I started to approach Vincent when I was in a very low point in my life. I didn't have anything. I didn't have money. I even had debt. That's what I had. I was about to lose my flat. I'm a single mom too. I'm a single mom of 2 kids. So I was about to lose my flat, and I was about to, become. It was all becoming very painful and stressful. So I reached out to him, and the thing is, I was at a point where I thought, this is ridiculous. I need help. I couldn't function anymore, right? And because I was so stressed out of all this of the whole situation. So I thought, okay, this is enough. There was a point where I thought, this is enough. I'm gonna invest in myself. So I'm invested in me, in the way that I can work with Vincent. So that's what I did, and I am so grateful. That was the best decision of my life, and it changed everything, and I'm just beyond happy and grateful. Now I know, I not only know what I'm doing, I also have a business. I have my first 3 clients. It's a business that's easy for me to do because it's something that I can do and I like doing. So it's not really work, it's more fun. And it's more than I could ever have imagined, because I didn't know what I was up to when I started working with Vincent, but this is more than I've expected, and I'm so happy.
Vincent's really good. He's a really nice coach. He's teaching us how to deal with every situation, and he's teaching us basically everything that you need to know regarding how to start a business. We've been with him like for the last month and a half, and we already had some results. So he's helping us to push ourselves and go get our goals. He's really good in this, and yeah, come and check his course and his events are really nice.
We are live. I just want to do a quick mic check. I want you to let me know if you can hear me okay. Drop a message in the comments. Just let me know that you can hear me okay. Yep, we're all good. So how many of you are excited to get started? I want to thank you for coming along and being here. We're really excited to get started.
He's not alone. He's not alone. He's with me. I was just making sure that the mics work.
We're very new to the technical side of this. It's our first live webinar that we're running. So we've worked extremely hard to get the technical side working to make sure. And so far, it has went flawlessly.
Yeah.
So now that I've jinxed it and it's all going to come crashing down, let's get started.
Yeah. Hello, guys. I wanted to say thank you very much for coming and for being here. This webinar, it's 2 hours long. So make sure you have your snacks. We'll also have a 10 minutes break somewhere around 8 p.m. So you can go and use your bathroom. It's not for you, it's for us. We need to use the bathroom, right? Yeah. And we'll
the nerves.
Yeah. That will be first in. So how would like we to start? So we created like this webinar, how to help you to work on your mindset and discover what is your passion. And possibly you could turn the passion into your business, because this is exactly what we are doing and what we've done in the past.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what we would like to start with, it's with just introduction, who we are, because some of you might know me, some of you might know Luis, but maybe not all of you know both of us. So who we are. Do you want to start, Luis?
Yeah. So my name is Lewis Hunter. As a few of you will probably already know me. And I'm all about mindset and growth. Those of you who know me know that, and they're probably sick to death hearing that. Any way we can better ourselves, I'm doing it. I like to read, I like to study. I'm all about learning and developing. And that's why I'm here today, because I realized that accruing all this wealth of knowledge, that I became very good at sharing it with other people to be able to help them. I've always been that person. Then you can come to and talk about how you're feeling or what's going on. And I realized that I could turn that into an opportunity where I can do that for a living. And I can actually do that on a wide scale. And that's why I want you guys here today, so that I can actually do that, so I can actually try and make a difference. And if you could take anything away, then I know I've done my job, and I know that I've helped you in some way. So that there is my goal for today, that you can go away and take something away from this that's going to benefit you, even just one thing. But there's a lot of good things here, so I reckon you're going to have more than one thing. But even if it's just one, I'm happy. What about you, Vincent? Why are you here today?
Okay. Thank you very much for sharing that. So, in short, you can call me Vincent, but my full name is Vítězslav Hovorka. It's very difficult.
I still haven't got it.
It's quite difficult to remember, but in short, Vítězslav in translation from the English language, it means a winner. So I was born as a winner, and I'm winner until today, and I'll be winning all the way. But I was just thinking, why to be winning alone? Why not to be winning with people who are my friends, people who I know, or also people who I might get to know in the future? So basically, I came here from Czech Republic. I'm here in like 9 years in February, actually. So it was big challenges to learn the language, so sometimes if I'll be repeating myself or maybe misspelling, or I don't know, just,
a lot.
Give me a little bit, break, it's not my language. I don't know if you speak Czech. I don't think so. Okay.
No.
So why am I here today? So basically, this is something what we want to share with you, because I started like a business in the past when I was in here. I wanted to be a chef, and I wanted to turn into the business, which was like a street food business, and after opened my cafe. But the thing is, it was like something what I like to be doing, but I had no idea about like the business side of the things. I had no idea about how to run a business, how to run a successful business. So that's why I was there for 4 years, and it failed. And I basically lost a lot of money. And that is exactly why I decided to jump into the property. And the past 3 years, I'm doing property business, which is very successful. But I discovered again, this is not exactly my only passion to do property. And what I found out on my events when I was running last year, and Louis was helping me, we ran 6 events. And basically what I discovered that I really like to be helping people, helping them to discover what they like, and helping build their own future and their own dreams. And basically, this is why I'm here today. I want to share with you what I learned in the past in those 2 hours with Louis, and what we can share with you. And as Louis mentioned, if there'll be even one thing when you take it out from today and you're gonna use it, not the one thing what you're gonna write down and never look at that again and not putting it into action. One thing when you take it from today, but you're gonna start using it, that's all what we need. That would be worth it for us. Okay.
Absolutely. That's so true. So many people spend a lot of time reading and learning, but then they don't do anything with it. And you can have the answers to everything, but if you don't use any of them, then you're not going to achieve anything. So we actually want you to put this stuff into practice. Everything here is not just stuff that we do, but some of the greatest minds and some of the most successful people in the world also implement things very similar to this, and they actually do it to achieve some of their success. Whether it's in business, whether it's in happiness, whether it's in their passion, their relationship. This can be applied to numerous aspects in life. But the key thing is you actually need to apply it. You could know how to build an amazing body in the gym, but if you don't go to the gym, you're not going to get it. You're not going to end up looking like Vítězslav. that was a bit Russian, I think I went there.
It's all right. It's all right.
I want everybody to see, everyone write down how you think you spell it. And I want to see who, by the end of is it written anywhere? No. See, if anyone can get it spelled correctly by the end of the webinar, we'll work on a prize.
You'll have a gift.
We'll
I'll give you a gift. If you can spell it correctly, but don't try to use Google. It's easy. But okay, even if it's online webinar and we are not in the room, because when we are in the room, we ask people, who is in here, raise their hands up. Yeah. It's quite difficult to do an online version. Yeah. So what we want from you, if you are still with us and you want to discover what we've prepared for you, these tools, what we're going to share with you, say yes in the comments, please. So we know you are interacting. Are they?
Yeah. We've got 1.
We got
2,
3, 4 yeses, 5 yeses. Do we get 6 yeses? Even 7, 8. We will see. 7. Yeah. Amazing. You are with us.
Sold.
Sorry, what? So we are ready to. Yeah. So okay. So you earn first part for today, which is focused on the mindset. Which is focused on what? Actually, what is it?
Gratitude.
Gratitude. Okay. So with the gratitude, actually, I would like to share a story with you. Okay, which really, because I think the most you learn. It's on the stories because you can relate, So let me share the story with you right now. I was a chef since I came in here, basically after 3 months, I went straight away to being a chef and being in hospitality business. And I've done it for, I'm here almost 80, so I've done it for 5 years, okay? For 5 years, I was a chef or waiter, manager, having my street food business or cafe. After, I got to the point that I was spending so much time in that business because I was, how it says, I was business hobbyist. I was doing it as a business hobby. I wasn't doing it as a business owner, business operator. I was in the business. I wasn't working on that business, but I was in. And there came time when my daughter was born, and after my second daughter was born, and I didn't have a time. And especially I remember the first daughter was born because it was in July, 17th of July, 2016. And I had booked festivals and I had to go to those festivals and to those events to earn money because I already invested into that. I invested into street food business, and I had to go there, but I couldn't be there for my children when she was born. And that, you know, it was very difficult. And there was one moment in my life that I was driving with the food truck. There was an event in Edinburgh. It was supposed to be 3 days. Each day cost £500 to be there, just entrance, okay, for me as a trader. Last day on Sunday, they closed because of the high winds, and they didn't give me the refund of £500. And just on that 3 days event, I lost around £3,000 because I thought how many sales I will do, and they sold me this idea that I can make lots of money. So I borrowed some money, buy a lot of food, and I've been ready. I've been prepared, because if I do something, I want to be ready. I want to be prepared, because I don't want to come on an event and after just earn 20% of what I could earn 100%. But it was the opposite. And when I was driving home, not only I was very sad because I lost £3,000, I had an accident. I crashed with my food truck, and I told my wife that it was because of the high winds, because there was high winds on Sunday, but it wasn't because of that. I crashed because I fell asleep. I never told her that, and she's not listening today, so I know she's not going to know. She still doesn't know. And it was, but I was ashamed to say that, because what happened, I was tired. I was so tired that I fell asleep in the food truck and I crashed. And when I came home, all this food I could save, and you know, you can freeze a lot of stuff and you can reuse it because it wasn't used yet. So I could just at least sell it in the next week on the event, but I didn't, because everything crashed in the food truck. And I was at a very low point of my life. And I decided to change that. And I decided to set up my values. That's why I started in the property business. And, but I'm going to tell you something, it wasn't easy. Because when I started with zero money, because 8 years I was thinking I need money to start my own business. And maybe some of you are thinking the same, but actually it is not true. There is not lack of resources, it's how resourceful you are. That's all about. And I didn't know that before, but I started anyway. But do you know what happened? When I've been on that training course for 3 days about property, I came and I've done the meetings with friends and with family and family friends. I was telling them about the idea that I'm going to buy a house, I'm going to refurbish, I'm going to refinance, and I'm going to rent, and they're going to get their money back and everything will be amazing. And do you know what were their answers? What are you talking about? You are a chef. You are a waiter. What is it you want to do? And they didn't believe me. They didn't believe me at all. And it was very difficult because, you know, have you tried to, just write in the comments if it's true. Have you ever wanted to start something new, but the people around you were kind of against, or they didn't support you well? Say yes if some of you, it happened in the past. Has it ever happened to you?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, some of you are saying it happened. And why I'm sharing that story regarding gratitude, because I realized every time, and even now, when I go on some, I would say like some occasions, often it's family occasions or friends occasions, and you are meeting those people. How are those people? Very often they are negative and they are gossiping about another people. And you go on this, let's say, birthday party from someone, and after you are driving home and your friend or your partner is telling you, do you know what, they didn't even offer that. You know, they didn't even pour me second whiskey, you know, and they are just gossiping and they are just focusing on the negative stuff. But what I realized after I've done one exercise with Tony Robbins, actually, that gratitude and being angry or frustrated doesn't live in the same time in the same body. It doesn't. You cannot be in the same time angry and grateful for things. It doesn't happen. So you can just choose. And if you'll be focusing more on being grateful, so that's who you're gonna become, not being angry all the time. So, so that's about the story, about the gratitude, why we think it's so important to share that with you. And we have a very special tool to use a little bit later on. Now, Lewis will tell you a little bit why it's important for him or for us to doing the gratitude.
Yeah, so I want to explain a little bit of how and why gratitude actually works and why it makes a difference. So I want to first do that by giving a little bit of an example. I want you to think about this. So I myself, I'm a martial artist, and I've been doing martial arts since I was 9. So quick math, that's 15 years ago I started martial arts. It's more than that, 17 years. 17 years ago I started doing martial arts. So if you came up to me, maybe we're in the pub and we got chatting and I told you I've been doing martial arts for 17 years, what's the first thing you're going to think? You're not going to be thinking, oh, I bet he's a wuss. You're going to be thinking, oh, he must be quite good then. He's doing it a long time. And absolutely, if you spend a long time doing something, you're going to get good at it. It doesn't matter. Even if you're not doing it perfectly, you're going to get better. So the same thing runs true with how we act. So think about how old you are just now. So I'm 26. So for most people, we're negative most of our life. We're brought up to be negative. Society is negative. So you've spent 26 years being negative. So I think it's fair to say you're pretty good at it. The analogy is the same. So how could you expect to change that overnight? Realistically, you can't. So we focus on taking points in the day where we can feel different and start being more positive in different situations. You've got different ways of thinking about any given example. So I want to take quite an extreme example. I want to think about death. Oh, it's quite sad. It's not a subject that we like to talk about. But when you were a child and you didn't know any better, you may be running around in a funeral, not knowing any better, having fun, playing, and your parents go, no, this is sad. We're to be sad. You didn't know that. You got taught that. So you got taught that this feeling equals sad. You're not, and when something like this happens, you feel sad. But then at the same time, there's tribal cultures in Africa that celebrate death. And they're blessed and they're grateful that this person is moving on to the next life. Whatever your belief is, they're choosing to believe and be happy about the fact that they have lived their life, what they were put on earth to do, and they're now being allowed to move to the next thing. So how could two different cultures have two different thought processes around the same thing? Because you can choose whether you want to think positively on it or negatively on it. Now, we're not saying that the negative doesn't exist. It is sad, and it's not fun to lose loved ones. But at the same time, are you going to spend all your life focusing on just that loss? Or are you going to think about the other aspects? Maybe that person was suffering. Maybe they were in pain. Think of the things that they don't have to do now, or maybe that you don't have to do now because they're no longer here. Now, that's not selfish to think about those things. It's just looking on the more positive side. Every single scenario, even something as extreme as death, has a positive. You just have to look for it. Now, a lot of us, it's not going to be natural to spot it. Have you ever been out with a group of friends and you always come back? Maybe there's a certain person that after you spent talking to them for too long, you're thinking about jumping off a bridge and going, oh my God, life's terrible. Because all they talk about is the economy's ruined, the president's this, the prime minister's that. Look what's happened to the economy. Can't believe this is happening. They should never have put this person in power, and it's bad, 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 bad. God, I need a break. So if you surround yourself with that emotion, you're going to feel like that. Now, what about you hang out with someone else? Maybe you're feeling a bit down and they're like, hey, it's all right. Let's go on the bright side. What about this? It's my positive guy here. Phone up Vincent. I'll say, oh, this has happened. He's like, it's all right.
Come over.
Come on. He's like, oh, come over. We'll have beer.
No.
You know, I bet somebody, I bet somebody came to mind when I said that. All right, come over, have a beer. It'll be fine. We'll chat about it. Let's have a good night. They're just thinking, let's not dwell on the bad. Let's have some fun. Let's be present. Let's enjoy the moment. And how do you feel when you leave or when you're with that person? Much different. So how do you be like that person? Well, you need to practice it. It's like a muscle. You can't expect to walk into the gym and suddenly be able to lift all these weights.
This is what
I
expect.
That's exactly what Vincent expected. So Vincent started in the gym 1 week ago. This week. This week.
Last week.
Yeah, last week. Okay. Yeah. And he's devastated that he didn't wake up with a six-pack last night. It's like, son's not right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants a refund. And that's the reality. People would think you were crazy if you went to the gym and expected to wake up the next day with a six-pack. So why would you do that with your mind? Your mind's no different. You build it and you become stronger. So with gratitude, it's an exercise where we practice being positive. So that might be, if you're negative for 24 hours a day, adding in 1 minute can be big. That could be a big difference. And then the next week it's 2 minutes. Now you're doing twice as much. Before you know it, it'll become like a muscle. Now, going back to the martial arts, something that was quite interesting. Now, your subconscious brain is 100 times more powerful than your conscious. So if somebody were to jump up and attack me with my martial arts training, I'd think about, right, okay, how am I going to deal with this? I'd consciously be thinking about what to do. It's been a little while since I've fought, so I'm going to have to be conscious of trying to remember. However, if somebody out the blue swung for me and I caught it at the corner of my eye, I'm going to react much differently. It's going to come back effortlessly because it's programmed in my subconscious mind because I've done it for so long. That's the goal we want to get to with gratitude and positivity. You build up that muscle until it becomes second nature and you do it without realizing. You'll have an instance where you'll think about something and you'll just think positive. So that's going to take us on to our tool.
Yeah.
So
if they want it.
If they want it, yeah.
I don't know. Do you want to know the tool which you can be using on a daily basis, which can help you to improve your life and become more grateful for things? Say yes.
And more positive too.
We need at least 6 yeses. We have 1. Come on, guys. You don't want it. Let's pack it up.
Okay.
2. Come on. Even if the same people put the same yes, we're gonna count it. 4, 5, and we need 1 more. We need 1 more. We have 6, 7. We have 7. Perfect. 8. We are doing amazing job, guys, because we need
thank you.
to a little bit interact with you so you don't fall asleep. Don't worry, we'll have a break at around 8 p.m. after 2 sessions. What are we gonna do with you? So the morning exercise. So you need to take the pen and paper. Okay, take a pen and paper or your iPads, iPhones, iMacs, I don't know what else, and start by answering this first question, which is
number 1. First thing you're going to ask yourself and write down is, what is my daily goal today?
Yeah.
And just today. Just think about 1 goal.
What is your daily goal for today? And write down in the chat so we know. We would like to know what is your daily goal, and it can be anything. It doesn't need to be business related. It could be, I don't know, going to the gym, or it can be doing 10 push-ups a day. It can be cooking for yourself a healthy meal. It can be, if it's business related, it can be making 1 phone call a day.
Yeah.
I don't know. It can be anything. It can be related to your partner, your business, yourself, your finances, whatever area you are focusing the most. What would be the 1 goal for today? Write down the answers.
Now, remember, it's not a competition. So everybody's goal is unique to themselves. So one person who's in one situation, their goal could be to make £1 million in a day. And to them, that's possible because they're Elon Musk. And then for somebody else who's suffering with severe clinical depression, it could be to get out of bed and to go out today. Both of those goals are just as big as each other to those people. Don't think that your goal needs to be bigger because that person said he's gonna do 50 sales calls today. Oh, I was only going to do 10. Well, maybe I should do more. No, if that's what you're capable of and that's what is a suitable goal for you, push yourself, but don't be unrealistic.
Perfect. So people are writing the responses to the chat. Amazing. So this is the 1 step in order for you to learn that tool because you are actually doing it. So this is all what we do on our events. The next event is actually 7th of January next year. You know, we're gonna give you a time break on Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, you are more than welcome to come.
Right.
Yeah, But this is it, you know, it's all about taking action. If you're going to listen to any, I don't know, speaker or anyone, or if you did in the past and you didn't take any action, it doesn't really matter how much knowledgeable you are.
Yep.
If you don't take the action, it's knowledge unused, which is for nothing. Okay. So if you are doing it, amazing, guys. So that was the first question. Second question is,
what am I willing to do for somebody else today? So you start going to be a little bit less more, no, you're not less selfish, more selfless. You're going to be more selfless, because sometimes you need to be a little bit selfish and think about yourself, but you're going to be a little bit selfless and think about what could you do for someone else? Because if you make somebody else feel good, that's going to make you feel good. What's the saying? A smile shared? There's a saying about that, isn't there?
It's 1,000 words. Maybe
I don't remember.
Yeah, but exactly. If you, I mean, I'm having it on daily basis because I have children. So obviously I do for them a lot, you know, it's the unconditional love, you know. Just last 3 nights, I'm like, I went to fall asleep, put to bed girls. And after around 11, Eliška wakes up that she wants me there. So I'm sleeping with her. At around 1 a.m., Stepanka wakes up that she had a bad dream. So I'm moving from this bed to this bed. And after Eliška wakes up at 4 a.m. where I am, so I'm moving back to her. And after Stepanka wakes up again. So in the last 3 days, I moved like so many times and didn't have like a full night's sleep. But the thing is, I don't take it like it's something bad because I do it unconditionally. It's unconditional love. So what is it you can do every day for someone else? It can be your parents, it can be your loved ones, parent, children, what it could be.
It could even be a complete stranger.
Yeah.
Walking down the street and smiling at someone.
Yeah.
You know what the effect that can have on someone? You know, I remember I read a story before about a quote was saying, you could smile at the person who's walking down the street, who's on their way to take their life. And that smile makes them stop for a minute to rethink because you were nice to them, because they've had a day where everybody's been nasty to them and they've had enough. Yeah. You, a total stranger, were nice to them. Change how they feel. And
that is exactly why I love Scotland. That's exactly what is in here. Yeah, because in the Czech Republic, people are pessimistic a lot. Yeah, if you say someone, hi, how are you? It's not even a thing. Okay. When I came in here to Scotland, everybody was like, hi, how are you? I'm like, I'm good, thanks. But in Czech Republic, people don't ask. Yeah. And even
well,
like,
you were just a dick. That makes sense now.
But even in the restaurants, the waiting staff, like they are like, what do you want? They're not nice, even like in the service sector. Yeah, and I'm not saying everywhere, but in definitely in my region. So when I came here and everybody's super nice, like people in here who lives here, I'm like, oh, it's an amazing country. That's why we love it in here. It's one of the things. So yeah, definitely smiling to strangers or doing someone else for a stranger. It's very powerful. Yeah.
Yeah, one of my exes was Eastern European. I won't say who she is. Amazing person, but she had what I used to call resting bitch face. She always looked angry, and I used to say to her, "Why are you smiling?" She was like, "What? What do you mean?" I'm like, "Smile." And she explained to me that the country she came from, it was Bulgaria, actually. People don't just randomly smile, and I found that really, really.
So how do you feel if we smile at you like that? Do you feel better? Do you feel better or do you feel worse? I feel better. The energy is much better if we smile. Okay, so this was the number 2. So I hope you write it down. Did they write it down something? Yeah, we have some responses. What you can do for someone else. What is the number 3 question?
Okay, number 3. So this is what I want you to do on a daily basis, and this is what's really going to help push. So this is quite a lengthy one, but I want you to think of 10 things and write them down. 10 things that you are grateful for right now. Now, in the beginning, that's going to be quite difficult, but as it starts to become second nature to you, you're going to think of things. Now, the reason we go for 10 and not, you've probably seen online when they just say 3 is because it's very easy to think of 3. You think of your top 3, my kids, my parents, my house, whatever. We all say the same thing every day. When you push to 10, it starts to make you think a little bit deeper. Yeah. What are some of the smaller things that you're grateful for? It doesn't need to be massive things like your children. It could even be the cup of coffee that you had this morning. That nice warm cup of coffee, and it warms you up. It was minus 2.5 when I left the house this morning. You know, that nice warm cup of coffee to make you feel better. That's something you could be grateful for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are actually just pushing further and further, setting up the bigger goals and bigger goals. and they feel like if they're gonna reach that goal, they'll be finally happy and grateful. But what about the journey? What about in between? And there was one good story what Tony Robbins is actually sharing a lot about the astronauts. So they are working all their life to become an astronaut. They fly to the moon or to the Mars or wherever these days are flying. You know, I don't know. International Space Station most often. Yeah, I know. And and they come.
Vincent was once an astronaut.
And when they come back, very often, actually, I don't know. I know just the story. They are depressed. They are depressed because they've seen only the goal, but they achieved that goal, and they thought they'll be grateful. Maybe, but it's not the same. Let's say being grateful or have a joy. They had the joy. Maybe for 10, 15 minutes, an hour, I don't know. But the gratefulness needs to be every single day from small things like a cup of coffee. Because if you can be grateful for all those things, what you have around you, you know, you are wealthy. And you live in the country, which we are very wealthy in here. Even if you think like you have a minimum salary or whatever, you have some struggles, we are very wealthy in here in Scotland and UK in general. So yeah, so what are the 10 things you are grateful for? And we can give you some examples. We said those things. I'm very grateful, like when my kid smiles at me or my wife smiles at me, and we have some great time. I'm even grateful I have chickens at home, not home, but outside. Yeah. In the coop, they have their own home. And we have our homemade eggs, you know, at home. So I don't need to go and shop them because that's much better, obviously. And grateful for all those things. Yeah. What about you?
I'm grateful that I'm able to stand here and I'm able to speak to the amount of people that are on here right now from here.
Yeah.
You know, we're able to communicate this message.
Yeah.
This was so foreign.
Yeah. So actually,
before,
where are you guys from? Where do you live? Because if you are here, we are in Fife in Scotland. Can you write down the locations? Where are you? You know, where are you from? I'll just check it out in here. You can just share something.
Yeah, like so I'm grateful for my business partner I get to work with. I'm grateful for the people that work within the business.
Okay, guys. Okay, so we have, sorry, Louis, we have a Prague, Czech Republic. So hi, Christoph. We have a Maximilian, Berlin, Germany. London.
Amazing.
We have a people from London, Cornwall, Glasgow.
Amazing.
Oh my goodness! And it's just because of this technology was just today in here. We have a
sorry, we don't accept anyone from Glasgow. Sorry, Chris.
No, Chris is actually coming on the first event in January. He said he's gonna take day off, and if you don't show up, I already said you want to be there. Yeah,
you know where you stay, Glasgow.
So yeah, so people, you are from all over the globe, you know, and it's just our first event. So let's imagine the second one. Yeah. But this is very good. Technology helps us to do things like that. Yeah.
People are living longer. There's a lot of people who got to meet their grandparents. A lot of people never ever got to do that. That was unheard of once upon a time. So to be able to have grandparents, children, family, to be able to be in contact with family in a different country. You know, sometimes we take these things for advantage so easily because we're used to it. We do it every day, so it becomes normal. So I really want you to start thinking about the things you do every day. That, you know, your phone. Imagine living without your phone. How many of you could go a day without your phone in your hand? Vincent's got this amazing thing. So I come to Vincent. I nearly died the first time I went to Vincent. I was calling at the windows, genuinely, 100% serious. I was at the windows because that's the only place where you can get a little bit of signal in your phone was at that window. So I was literally stuck to the window. It's got no Wi-Fi, no signal for your phones. And you know what? The first time I was, I wasn't coming back. But you start to realize, you start to appreciate it when you know. I do this exercise myself. We actually stopped to think about it, and the peacefulness and the enjoyment we had. We sat down and we were able to talk to each other, just us,
without looking at the phone.
Yeah. We were able to get to know each other more in one day than I've got to know anyone in one day, because there would be phone breaks in between meeting someone. You go on a date, even you pick up your phone. You don't really get to know that person. You're not fully present with them.
Yeah. So come to my place and be present.
Yes.
Not that I'm inviting you. Okay. If you write your 10 things, amazing. If you don't, finish them a little bit later. That's fine. So, but have this question written somewhere. Okay. What is the number 4?
What do I value that somebody else does for me? So what can somebody do to you that makes you feel good? Whether it's tidying the house, making you dinner, giving you a kiss before you leave.
There's not any
Waking
of
up with
those
a
you do
smile.
actually, right? You're just speaking about a different person.
Yeah. I don't cook, I don't clean, I don't kiss you goodbye. So that's you know. So
This is
what
where
could-
he wants to be. This is
Yeah.
what. This is where he wants to be.
Yeah.
He's working on that.
So what do you value that somebody else does? It could be in business, it could be in your job, it could be at your school, college, university, it could be at home, it could be one of your friends, or it could even be something that you would like to value. You know what, I would love if somebody did this. You know what, I'd love if a total stranger walked past me and went, I love your hair. I absolutely know plenty of girls that if they got stopped in the street, they'd go absolutely crazy of excitement if they randomly got stopped by a stranger and went, I love your hair. They'd be like, oh my God, thank you, because they're so shocked that that person actually took the time to stop and say that.
Yeah. And if you want to do the same for others, like to show them your gratitude and that, like Lewis mentioned, like I like your hair, make sure that you are saying it and it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like it's not just like you make it up. Yeah. Somebody's writing comments.
Vincent's coaching. Woo!
Vincent's coaching. Okay.
That's what we value.
Okay. Amazing. Amazing. Thank you very much, Maximilian. And where to move else? We have one more question, number 5. And this is all just, you know, it's a, did you mention it's a morning?
Yep, in the morning. So this is the first thing you want to do in the day. So you want to start your day with positivity. So if you think of, if you wake up and the first thing you do is, oh, Monday morning, how's the rest of your day going to go? That's your mindset going into the day. But if you can wake up and then feel good about something, you've got a much higher chance of more good things happening in that day because you're going to be open-minded to it. You know, how many times have you dealt with the situation where it's like, don't speak to me till I've had my coffee? That person could come in with positivity and feel good and maybe a massive opportunity, but that's been shut down because no, I need my coffee. You've got rid of that opportunity. So we want to come in on an open mind, start the day positive. So number 5 is my favorite one. What am I happy about right now? So stop, think about what am I happy about. So it could have been something that happened the night before. It could have been something that's happened this week. It could be something that's about to happen today. I mean, just think about what am I happy about, and really feel that emotion when you think about it. Maybe you're going on a date and you're like, oh, I'm really going to get to see that person again. Oh, I feel happy about that. Embrace that feeling. That's a good feeling, and enjoy it. There's no reason why you can't have that feeling. Wouldn't you want to be able to walk around and feel good like that all the time? You're in control of that emotion because you're in control of what you thought, what you think. Your thoughts.
Czech Republic.
I'm the English
I don't
one.
know this language much. Sorry.
Your thoughts control your feelings. You choose how you feel by what you think about. It's as simple as that. So I want to know, what are you happy about right now?
I'll check it in the comments. If somebody wrote, I'm happy because I'm alive. I'm happy.
Amazing.
Is scheduled the time for this call. Amazing, Chris. I'm happy I'm here. Amazing, Christoph. Very good, very good. Any other responses? What are you happy about? It can be the same people. What are another things? I'm happy to be moving to Switzerland with my kids. Great to hear. I'm looking forward to go for holidays to Switzerland.
Amazing.
Am I invited, right?
How does that feel? Oh, absolutely. How does that feel? You got to celebrate that and feel good. You know, when we were kids, you know, what would you do if a kid came through and be like, oh my God, look at this drawing I just made. You go, oh, wow, that's amazing. Oh yeah. And the kids going, yay, thank God, it's amazing. I made this amazing drawing. And we know it looks terrible. We know it does because they're 2. They're not going to produce amazing art, but you allow them to feel that emotion and feel happy about what they've achieved because it's good to them. So why, when we grow up, when an adult comes through and goes, oh, I drew this, you go, shit.
Yeah.
Why? Feel good with that person. You could choose to feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So thank you very much for sharing what you are happy about right now. I'm very happy to be in here with my friend Lewis, with our social media manager, Emma. She's behind the scenes. You cannot see her. Okay. She's laughing. I don't know if you can hear her. So I'm very happy to be in here. And there is Wi-Fi in here, which I don't have at home. So it's very good. Very good. And also 2 more questions or 3 more questions, I'm not sure how many, for the evening. So what is another question, what you would be doing in the evening for this great gratitude exercise?
Absolutely. So you're going to go on about your day. You're going to be consciously aware of the positivity that you've induced yourself in the morning. And you're going to come home and before bed, you're going to end on a good note. So firstly, did you achieve that goal that you set? Of course. So it doesn't have to be yes. So don't beat yourself up if you went, oh, I didn't achieve it. That's okay. You sort out. So it gives you an opportunity to think about, I didn't achieve it, but I did do this, or I tried this, or I've moved forward to do this, and reflect on it. You can even write down some notes. Write down what went wrong, what went well. That's okay as well. But question number 6 is, did you achieve the goal?
Yeah.
So
actually, I have a very good example for that, if I can share.
Of course.
It's when I was securing my first rent-to-rent deal. It's a property related, so some of you maybe not important, but basically securing my first deal. So what I've done with my business partner, Ondřej, we went for 26 viewings in Edinburgh, 26 viewings, which is quite a lot. And it's not like in 26 weeks, in a 3 weeks time. So every week around 8 to 9 viewings. Okay. So
wow.
Very pushed hard. Yeah. And I was pumped. I was speaking with my coach and I was pumped every week. And I was grateful. I'm, learning and going through. But after these 3 weeks, zero deals, nothing. Everybody, I had so many people that were like, yeah, it's gonna be good, but at the end, nothing worked out. And basically I was a little bit, not depressed, but I was feeling down because I didn't achieve that goal. I didn't achieve that goal day by day, week by week. And it was only 3 weeks, if you would say, like 3 weeks is not long, but I was feeling very down. And but the thing is, I have to look back at that. The week after I secured the deal in a different city, and I did. But the thing is, when I look back now, so those 3 weeks of those viewings and speaking with the landlords, I learned so much, so much. It was so much, like exercise and, trial and error. And it's the same like in here, what we do. It's our first live webinar, and I can imagine the second or the 100th one, it's going to be much on higher level, but we need to start somewhere. Everybody needs to start somewhere. And it doesn't matter you don't achieve that goal on a daily basis, but it's important, what did I learn? What did I learn? Maybe somebody said no, maybe I didn't get the money for my opening my business today, but what did I learn about myself and how can I improve? So this is very important. So don't let yourself down, as I did.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Vincent, because that leads us perfectly onto the next question, which is, what have I gotten better at today?
Oh, that's the question.
Yeah. So so even if you didn't achieve your goal, did you get better at it? Did you do something? So each day you want to think about what you did better. So something that you got better at, increased in value, or enjoyed more, or did more of, or feel better about. The sky's the limit. It could be that, maybe it could be your business, maybe it could be your personal life, gym, sociable, it could be anything. I got up 5 minutes earlier and I feel really good that I managed to get up earlier. I got up 5 minutes before my alarm. That's a win. That's great. Well done.
Yeah. Do we have one more question, or this is?
We've got one more. Yeah. One
more
I can add on. So the final thing, so you can end the day feeling really happy, is if I wanted to be happier, what else could I be happy about? So I just want you to think and go, what other things have I maybe overlooked that are maybe a bit smaller that actually make me happy? So initially with these things, like I mentioned, your first 3 grateful will probably be big things. It'd be like, your family, your food, that I have a house, I have a job, all the easy ones that everybody always says that you should be grateful for. So now I want you to get down and go, oh, I'm happy, but what else could I be happy about? Maybe some smaller things. Do you have anything you think of anything else that you could be happy about today?
Yeah, I'm very happy that I arrived in here. It was freezing, snow everywhere. It's not like you have a winter tires in here. You have all your tires, which are useless.
Yeah.
It's not like in Czech Republic, we have a proper tires. My windscreen wasn't working.
-300.
Because you can buy a windscreen for -5, not -20, like in Czech Republic. So not everything is bad in Czech Republic, actually. But I'm very happy that I arrived, I was here, we managed to set up everything, and we can be serving you today. So I was just like, we were gonna take a break for 10 minutes just to slowly, use the bathroom and everything. And after we're gonna come back for another 2 sections, okay? And what I want to say, just to do quick recap for the morning and evening routine. So maybe you forgot something to write, maybe it was quick. So Lewis, can you please repeat the 5 questions what you do in the morning and 3 questions what you do in the evening? And after we're gonna have a 10 minutes break and we'll come back after the 10 minutes break. You'll have the timer so you know exactly when to come. If you are back, amazing. If you are not, don't call me later.
Okay,
I'm serious. Yeah.
Okay, so our 5 things that we're gonna do in the morning. Number 1, what is my daily goal? Number 2, what am I willing to do for somebody else? Number 3, what are 10 things that I am grateful for right now? Number 4, what do I value that somebody else does for me? And number 5, what am I happy about right now? Okay. And then in the evening, we've got 3 in the evening. We've got, did I achieve my goal? Which is a yes. What have I gotten better at today? Or increased in value? Or appreciated more? And finally, number 8, if I could be happier, what other things could I be happy about? Okay. So does anybody have any questions about these things? We're going to take a couple of minutes, send in a couple of messages in the comments if there's anything you don't understand or want us to go over. And then after
the break, we can go through that.
Okay. During the 10-minute break, we're going to take your time to come up with any questions, have a cup of tea, and we'll answer the questions then. Okay. Thank you very much for listening for the first section. Really appreciate it, and I look forward to speaking to you when we get back. That's it.
You sure?
That was 15 minutes long.
Which one?
This one.
Is this one?
Yeah, it should be this one. That's right. You do it.
Yeah, there you go.
Somebody.
we are
Hello.
back. I'm not sure if you are here or not. Are the mics working? Can you hear us? Put in the comments yes if you can hear us.
Can you hear me? Mic check, 1, 2, 3.
Maybe they are not back from the break.
Or maybe that 10 minutes went by quick,
Works.
didn't it? Yeah.
Everything works perfectly.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, perfect. So let's jump into the second section because the first section took us quite a while.
Yeah, that was a good section though.
Yeah. Did you like the first session about the gratitude exercise? Just give us the comments yes. If you didn't like it, say no. Be honest. Yes. Seems like we have some yeses. If there is some no, we're not going to say that out loud anyway. That's fine. Okay, so the second section is about discovering your passion. So, and why is it so important is because you can be living your life and doing something what you hate, going to the work you don't like, and just being there and living in that rat race and you don't see the way out. But the thing is, if you discover what is your passion inside of you, and you can actually put it to work and build a business from that, you're never gonna work a day of your life. Because if you do something what you love, it's not work, is it? Are you working right now?
Absolutely not. I'm having a great time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're just chatting online in here in the evening. And it's a great fun. Yeah. We're having fun. So we don't feel like we are working because we do something what we love. And this is the exercise now. It's about finding that inside of you. Because the thing is, you kind of probably know what is it, but we want to help you to get it out from you so you feel confident about that. You feel confident about yourself and you can actually do something with it. Because a lot of people just flow through life. They know they want to do something and they never do. They never tap into that passion. And it's going to be something like what we mentioned before. People let you down. They don't want you to change or anything like that. And actually, Luis has an amazing story to share. So I'll just pass him the word and you can just go ahead.
Yeah, I want to share a story with you about school. Now, what happens? What does schools do? So if you've got something you're very good at and something you're very bad at, what does school focus on? That grade's not good enough. You need to focus on that. That's exactly what happened to me. I went to school and I was never very good at languages. Sorry, Vincent, I can only speak English, and I was forced. Like, no, you have to learn a language. And I'm like, no, it doesn't make any sense. I was so stuck by it. I'm very mathematical. For those of you that know that, I'm amazing at maths. I got into engineering. I've done graphic communication, physics, accounting, all the kind of logical sides of the brain I was very strong at. But that's the left side of the brain, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's the left hemisphere of the brain. But then the other side, where you're more creative and you're good with your languages, I always found I was very weak. I didn't enjoy it. It maybe isn't that I was weak at it, it's because I just straight up didn't enjoy it. I loved focusing on my numbers and I wanted to get good at it. And I spent all my spare time working in the graphic communication rooms. If anybody went to school with me, they would know that. And the teacher would come in and say, "You're failing in French. You need to do extra study." And I went, no. I want to focus on what I'm good at, and I want to spend my time doing this. And like, no, you can't. We're going to take you out of that class because you're good at it, and we're going to get you doing extra French lessons. And I couldn't believe this. I'm like, they're taking me out of my favorite class that I'm really good at and I'm excelling in to do something that I hate. How is that helping me? So I went through it. They started giving me the extra lessons and I hated it. But because I'm very good with the left side of the brain and focusing on the logical side, I discovered a little loophole. I discovered that there are 3 tests there are classroom tests the teacher grades. Now, if you pass each of those tests in class with an A, then you're guaranteed a result. I guaranteed a minimum of a C in the final exam. So I was like, result. These in-class tests were a case of memory. So all I did was memorize it. So I literally wrote out this French passage and I wrote it out and I wrote it out and I wrote it out and I spent days straight writing it out hundreds of times until I'd memorized it. And all I had to do was rewrite it, which I'd done a million times because I wrote it. I had to be able to say it. And there was one other one, I think it was listening. I had to understand it by hearing it. So I memorized these, got my A's on all of them, and I didn't do any more work. I didn't even do the final exam. I did not write a single thing on the paper. I put my name on it and that was it. And I came out with a C. So that meant I was then able to go focus on the things I actually wanted to do. But the reason I want to share that story with you is because the school wants you to focus on what you're not good at, rather than helping you succeed in what you're good at. Because I've realized now in business, you know, I work alongside Vincent, and although Vincent and I are very similar and our brains work very similarly, we have strengths that complement each other. So I bring strengths to the table, he brings strengths to the table that complement each other's weaknesses. If we were both exactly the same, one of us would be redundant, we wouldn't be needed. But we each need each other for different reasons. So we formed an ideal partnership through that. And then we currently have 2 people that handle a lot of our social media. So all the amazing footage that you see is all created by our amazing video editor. And we are not able to do that. So rather than us going to school and saying, you're really bad at that, focus on that and get better at it, we just went, well, why don't we just get someone who's awesome at it, who loves doing it, who wants to spend more time in it, and then they produce this amazing things. So what we're doing here with Discovering Your Passion is to focus on what you're good at. You can always get somebody else to help you with the things you're not good at. The real world is totally different from the way school outlays that. They just want you to hit your averages and get your grades so that they can look good, and so you can get into this or into that, or to get into another system where you need to have grades, and then they look at a bit of paper and they go, oh, you're no good. Because you know what? If you were in an interview with me, I don't care about what your weaknesses are. I want to know what you're absolutely amazing at and what you could bring to the table to help us in our business. And if you can come to us and go, I'm amazing at this, and I can absolutely deliver in this, then you're going to have a much higher chance of working with us than you being able to say, I'm okay at everything, but I don't excel at anything because I only ever focus on my weaknesses.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to share on that, Vincent?
Yeah, I mean, with that, I have the same experience from the school, basically. I was, again, the same good in math and physical education. I learned that word today, how it works. Gym,
yeah.
And
he's always been quite the gym freak.
Yeah,
you know.
Figure skating, my stuff. And basically, it was the same thing, you know, teacher always like, why, you know, fix that grade. And they were always just telling the bad stuff about, you know, this bad grades what I had, but they didn't came and they said like, you are very good, you get an A, you'll be amazing at that. Never, because they never appreciate what you are good at. They'll give you an A and just like, that's it. And in life, it's the opposite. In life, and especially in a business, you need to excel in something. You need to excel and be amazing in something. And for the rest, you hire people. And from the beginning, I know it can be hard because you don't have that much income from the business. But the thing is, as time goes, you're going to be giving those roles to another people. So there is no point for us to be learning about video editing and social media, because we know at the moment we have people who are doing it. But even if we wouldn't be doing it, we wouldn't have the people, we wouldn't be learning and really progressing in that, because we would know then in 6 months or 12 months, we would hire someone to do that. So we would be just focusing on the things where we are good. Yeah. Speaking with clients, getting new clients for our coaching businesses, going on viewings for my property business, and, you know, getting clients for my sourcing business, and just getting money on the account. And after from that money, we can just pay someone to do the stuff which we don't like to be doing. I tried some of the video editing in the past, spent 3 hours,
I've seen it.
And I spent 3 hours and it was shit. The same like with creating another, like a website pages, I spent so much time. And after I showed him, I was like, it's not very good. I was like, what do you mean I spent 3 hours in that? I was like, yeah, it's not good. What about I would spend 3 hours of calling my prospects for potential clients, and I would just maybe close one of the clients, and I would make, I don't know, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 pounds. I don't know. Wouldn't be much time spent much better. Yeah. And you found a guy on Fiverr, he've done it for 10 pounds.
Yeah.
10 pounds. 3
hours.
And I was doing it 3 hours, you know, and I charge quite a lot for the coaching. So 3 hours of my time is much more valuable than £10.
Yeah.
And I was like, so why did I even bother? You know? And again, if we know what we are doing, but again, I tried to do it because I thought, yeah, I'll manage. But no, I'm not that creative as well. And that's why we have exercise for you to do. Do you want to start?
Yes, absolutely. So what I want you to do is we're going to take 2 minutes and I want you to write down 3 things that you're good at. Okay?
Yeah.
Go.
Write down 3 things you are good at and also write them down in the comments. We will have a look. We'll want to read them and really think about that. What is it you are good at? And it doesn't need to be on a business related. It could be anything. Do you like, I don't know, like you like exercising? I started doing that. And I don't know, I'm very good I think I'm very good as a dad. You know, I'm very good about the house. You know, I can do a lot of things in the house. I'm very good with that. I think I'm very good listener. When I have my coaching clients or some friends which I care about.
Yeah.
See, check English. So I think I'm very good listener, and it's not like I've always been like that, but I'm learning. Yeah, I'm learning. What are another examples you can think of?
Yeah, I really like that example there that you said that you think you're a good father. You know, it doesn't necessarily need to be in business or in your career or something. It could just be, you know what? I'm a great father, or I'm a great mother, or I love, you know, I'm great at looking after people. It could be you're great at looking after other people. You're great at caring for people. You're great at supporting people. You know, that's a massive thing to look at as well. Sometimes we get bogged down on, oh, I'm really, you know, and you think very logical. Get creative with your answers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Think about it, and if you can write in the comments 3 things what you are good at, I'll have a look very shortly.
Yeah.
You stay here.
Yep.
Stay
Another
with the
20 seconds. Chop, chop, chop.
Okay, so we have some answers in here already. So we have creating communication and the bond with people. It's Lewis. Ryan.
Amazing.
Golf.
Golf, fantastic.
Yeah, creative marketing and advertising. Another person we have. Oh, it's going. I don't see full the chat. Lewis again, supporting people, find new ideas. Christoph, strategy, passion, love, kindness, and fun.
I like that. Well done for being creative.
Another one, Kadri.
Thinking deeply.
Talking.
We've got Siri going in the background. I apologize for technology, eh?
Kadri, talking a lot. See, so you can use it to your advantage. Like, see, Lewis, he's talking a lot today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Communication is a massive thing. So you might even have been told that you talking a lot is actually a problem. Well, there's plenty of industries where they need somebody who can talk a lot.
We have also compassion by Kadri. Okay, we have Maximilian.
I like that.
She's a great listener, attracting people and laughing. Yeah, she's laughing a lot. Yeah, I have a pleasure to be working with Maximilian. She laughs a lot. Yeah, she's amazing. Chris, listening, great friend, and kindness. Yes.
Amazing.
We know that for sure, Chris, from the events.
Yeah.
Fevan, encouraging, honest, and hardworking. It's amazing, Fevan. Yeah.
Great.
And Christoph is putting some emojis over there, which I don't know how to translate. Okay. Thank you very much for sharing 3 things you are very good at. Now we're going to have another.
Yep. Move on to the next one.
Next one. Now we would like you to write 3 things you don't like to be doing. Write down 3 things you don't like to be doing. And I'll just give you an example just from my life. Let's say I need to do like a receipts and bookkeeping.
Oh yeah.
And I even before when I had a cafe, and I was always putting them on a side, and I was like doing the last thing, and not even every month, but I was delaying. And after I just accountant like, how much would you charge for bookkeeping? And he's like, £80. No, £80 was for that. Well, I mean, £40 a month. Yeah, £40 a month. I was like, £40 a month. And what do you need from me? He was like, put all the receipts in the envelope and send it to the London office. I was like, that's it? I was like, yeah. I'm like, for £40? And I'm like, I'm full in. And I didn't realize that before. Yeah. And there are another things what I don't know, you said about this, bless you, about that you want to be cleaning and things like that. How you are good? Are you good with that?
No.
It's not bad in here actually. I mean,
it's clean. It's just maybe not organized. Everything's clean.
Everything's
clean. I'm a bit of a clean freak. I like to be clean, but I could be a little bit disorganized. Like it's quite interesting if you see behind the scenes right now.
It's a good
This
thing.
side looks
It's a
beautiful.
good thing you don't see that. So yeah, write 3 things what you are not, what you don't like to be doing. If you don't like to be cleaning your house and you spend 3 hours a week on that every Sunday, so maybe if the 3 hours would be spent on building your business and you pay someone £30 for cleaning your house.
Amen.
Yeah. So that will maybe help you to free up some time, because some people are always saying like, I don't have time to start my own business, or I don't have time for that. And sometimes we don't realize that we don't need to be actually doing all of those things if we focus our time on the right stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So write down the 3 things which you are not, which you don't like to be doing. I'll read them.
Okay, we're going to take another 2 minutes to do that.
Okay, we have already some answers. So, okay, so we have it from accountant. How come bookkeeping is fun?
You can do all our bookkeeping, no problem.
Yeah.
Since you enjoy it so much, you can do it for free of charge. Thank you very much.
Hazel, just write in the comments how much you charge so people can connect with you. Maximilian, paperwork, math, cleaning up. This is, see, and this is something what you mentioned, because you said like you have this logical brain, and Maximilian, she has a lot about this creative mind. Yeah.
And those kind of people are the people that work well the best. You know, in a business, you want to have someone who's very creative and you want to have someone who's very logical, because most people are either one or the other. Very typically, we can only work on one side of the brain at a time. So I love numbers, so you should come work with us, and you know, we could be able to do amazing things that way.
We have also Ryan, being out in cold weather, housework, and gym. Isn't Ryan your friend? Or
Yeah.
He hates gym?
Yeah, we go to the gym together, and yeah,
good that he has you.
I haven't seen him in the gym for a very long time, so that explains why.
Maybe time to find
I'm with you on the cold weather as well, so we're going to Bali, Ryan. Let's go.
Maybe find a different strategy for him.
Yeah.
Chris, posting on social media, business related, cooking and working out. Oh, okay. So for social media, we have a person just behind this keyboard who can help you. Business related, cooking, I can give you some recipes because I used to be a chef, you know, and working out, you have a fitness coach just right in front of the camera. So all 3 things that you mentioned, we got you sorted, Chris.
We provide solutions. That's what we do, and that's what we love doing.
Doing dishes, waking up early, and listening people, judging others. Okay, so what would we say about doing dishes? Get your partner to do the dishes, or your dishwasher? Your dishwasher. We have
the same person.
Waking up early. So is it because of the work maybe, or maybe you want to work out? It really depends, but it's important to find a balance.
If you hate waking up early, then it could just be that it's the reason you're getting up. If you've got something really exciting to get up for, how many children hate getting up early? What time do they usually get up on Christmas Day though? Something to be excited about. Maybe you need to find something exciting to get up for.
Yeah, and also listening people, judging others. So for those people, if you're listening to people to judging others, I would just turn off.
Yeah,
don't listen to them. It's not point, because this is what we said, like they're just gossiping about others, and that's why they stay poor. Feven, talking in a
decision
meeting.
To be in that environment, just leave.
So you don't like talking in a meeting and keep in touch with friends. Okay. So I don't know, talking in a meeting is something that we can definitely help you if this is something maybe.
Yeah.
Very often it's something we don't like to be doing things which we are not as good at.
Yep.
And if it's something what you need to be doing in your work, so
that's
perhaps
what we try and empower people and try and help them in our events, is to actually be able to stand up and speak. One of the biggest things, if you get into business, you need to promote your business, you need to be able to talk about what you do. People need to get to know you and like you. It's so much easier to go far when you've got people around you that really like who you are. So if they're not going to know what you're doing if you can't speak to them. Communication is massive in business, and that's something we personally want to help you with.
Yeah, so you wrote so many things. Thank you very much for sharing, guys, because you are very interactive. You are a very great audience. Thank you very much for that. And what we want to show you by that, it's like when we mentioned about the school, and when teachers are pushing us to do things which we don't like to be doing, you know, in the real life, and especially if you want to build your own business, because this is what we are about, the step over the edge. That's what we are running the webinar, and we'll be running the event in 7th of January 2023, and you are all welcome to come. It's just for £1. It's about building the business, okay? And building this business is focusing on the things what you'd like to be doing, not things what you don't like to be doing. And we want to show you the way that you can, and with our help, we can help you to achieve everything what you ever dreamed of. Okay, so that's why we are doing this exercise, so you discover what is it really you can be doing and what you can take it and turn it into the business. I don't know what all the things, what the amazing things you wrote, what you like to be doing, but I'll just give you an example of Maximilian. She's on the call. She hired me as a property coach. We don't do any property coaching at all. What she discovered after 2 weeks, that she likes to be working with her voice. She was trained to be an actress, and she really had a lot of I have to say exercise. You know, she was learning a lot to work with her voice. And we discovered that why she would be doing a property business, something which is not her passion. Her only vision to do that is just because it's a vehicle to make money, and I'm not saying it is not. So, but we discovered that she likes to be doing the voice coaching for business people like us, for speakers. So actually, I'm her client.
I'm also a client.
Yeah, because we want to progress and we want to become a better in speaking. And she likes to be doing. You had a session and you had so much laugh, right?
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. I'll tell you one thing, it's you have to do it to experience it. You end up creating a different kind of relationship. Some of the exercises you have to do, and you're looking this person in the eye and performing this exercise. It's not something you're going to do down the pub, I'll tell you that. I can imagine Maximilian's probably laughing right now because she knows exactly what I'm talking about, because I said it to her in the last call.
and he showed it to me, so I know too. And what is it like? Maximilian discovered what is her passion, and now she's turning in the business, and actually we are helping her to turn it into the business and start making good money from that. And the thing is, when I speak of her, she doesn't feel like she's working because she has so much laugh with you. She also has a laugh with me, maybe not that much because I didn't do that exercise yet.
Oh, welcome. It's a good one.
Yeah, so that's what we want to show you. And another thing is about this school system. There was one more thing what we wanted to share with you before we're going to move on to another exercise. Would you like to share that?
Yeah. So do you remember when you're sitting in the exam and you're a bit unsure what to do? So maybe have a little, what did he do? What did he write?
Hey.
You know? Whoa, stop, no cheating. You know, that's cheating. You're looking to somebody else who's more knowledgeable, who's better in that field for some advice, for some help, for some support. That's cheating. You have to do it all yourself. That's not how it works in the real world. In the real world, we collaborate. So I'm working with a business partner who excels in many aspects that I struggle in. So is it cheating for me to be utilizing Vincent's amazing ability and some of the things he does? Is it cheating for him to be utilizing me for some of the things that I excel in? No, that's what collaboration is all about. You take each person's strength and you create a really strong system. What's the point in getting somebody to do something that they're weak at? You're not going to achieve anything. All they're going to do is feel miserable that they keep failing. So you absolutely need to develop your weaknesses. Absolutely. But don't throw somebody in there and force them to work on that to the point where they feel like they're useless. You know, there's a saying, if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it'll forever live its life thinking it's stupid. And that's so true in the real world. Because you could call me stupid because I failed French. Well, I got a C. You know, I absolutely failed that exam, although I managed to find a loophole to get a C.
Je t'aime.
Not a clue. Kalaja too. I keep saying that. People give out to me. I just randomly say that. I don't know what it means, but it's cool because it's French. Je
papa.
Je papa. Je m'appelle Louis. That's as good as it's going to get. However, where was I?
So see, this is what happens in the real life. We broke his pattern.
Yeah, there you go.
He had an idea. He had this nice flu, and because we started speaking about something different, so his pattern was broken. Has it ever happened to you? Write in the comments. You've been in the middle of conversation. You speak about something. It was so important, and after somebody will come and they'll say like, "What's gonna be for dinner?" And you were like, "What?" And after you came back and you didn't know what is the conversation about. And you never figure it out. Has it ever happened to you guys? Write in the comment if it happened to you. because I definitely know it happened now, and it happened to me many times.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to happen to you. So yeah, some of you were writing already that it happened to you, and I'm sure that all of you. So there was the exercise about discovering your passion, basically, and just relating to the school system, how they are teaching us not very good things. Yeah, focus on the bad stuff and don't collaborate. This is what they are teaching us. But on the other hand, it is excel in the good things and become much better in those, and collaborate. This is what we are teaching. Exactly the opposite than a school system. And I know if you've been in a school, so your brain, maybe it's not taking it, and maybe you are, because if you, like you said in the beginning, if you were learning that for 15, 20 years in school, it's not that easy to shift it. Okay. That's why we need to work on that on a daily basis. And we're gonna move on because time is running, and we thought we're not gonna have enough of topics, but we are actually behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you interact a lot. We can read your messages, so it's amazing. And the last one, what we have, it's about question. And there is one saying, again, I think it was Tony Robbins, because it's just my favorite guy.
Yeah.
I think
so many of you have realized that Vincent quite likes Tony Robbins here. It's the third time he got mentioned.
Yeah. And what he's saying is, like, quality of your questions determine the quality of your life. And it's very true. Maybe I will just repeat it once again. Quality of your questions determine the quality of your life. Okay, let it sink in a little bit. If you write it down, amazing. If you didn't, it's all right.
So what happens if you ask a pure question?
Oh, let's maybe ask you something. So, do you know what, Lewis? I'm struggling.
Yeah.
I need more money.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There's £10.
Yeah, but it's not gonna do.
Oh, you said you wanted more money. Yeah? I gave you what you wanted.
Yeah, but I mean, I really want to make it happen, and I'm thinking, like, I would like to have like £1 million.
£1 million. Okay, no problem. I can sort that too. If you just invest £100 a month for the next 60 years, you'll have £1 million.
No, man, I don't mean like that. I mean, I would like £1 million like next year or something.
Next year. See, you need to ask the right questions. So I gave you a solution to every one of those problems. If you don't ask the right question, you're not going to get the right answer.
Yeah. So I was very bad in asking the question, because do I need more money? I have a £10. I'm £10 richer. Yeah. By the way, I'm keeping it. I'm £10 richer. Yeah. And after you gave me the solution for how to make $1 million, but in the 60 years or how many?
Yeah, 60 years. Yeah.
And
you can check those numbers. That would make you a millionaire.
Yeah. But I'll be dead probably by then. Yeah. Hopefully not. Maybe. I don't know. And this is what we want to show you, that what questions you're going to be asking to yourself, this answer you're going to get. Yeah. So if you're going to ask a lousy question, you're going to get a lousy answer.
Yeah. So you need to be really specific with what you want. Don't, when you want to achieve something or you've got a goal, be specific. I want to make more money. How much money? How long do you want is that goal landed for? Because you just say, I really need £100. All right, I'll give you £100. Give me a call in 26 years and I'll give you that £100. Promise. I'll sign a contract. There you go. It'll happen. You're going to get it.
I have actually a very good example for Ryan over there, because he mentioned he doesn't like to go to the gym, and you go together, and you said he wasn't there for quite a while.
Yeah.
And you are surprised why he's not there. So there is probably a reason why Ryan wants to go to the gym. He wants to achieve something in his physical life. But maybe he asked the wrong question. Maybe you ask, like, I want to just achieve something. How can I achieve something in my physical body to feel more, I don't know, vibrant, more healthy? Yeah. But what about to ask a question? How can I become a better and in a physical shape and enjoy the process in the same time?
Yeah.
If you ask a better question, so your brain starts thinking for a better answer. Yeah. So maybe you're not going to need to go to the gym. Maybe it's going to be about, you're going to be doing, like, I like rock climbing. So you are going for rock climbing, maybe skiing, snowboarding. Now we have snow in Scotland. Hurrah! Hey. Yeah. Can be anything. So better quality question determine the quality of your life. And we have 5 key points how to determine the question and what the question should be about. So you mentioned the first one, which was
asking specifically what it is you want.
Yeah. So for example, I'll just relate to our business or my business in property. I could ask question, how can I achieve £100,000 in a deal sourcing in the next 12 months, but working only 5 hours a week? So if I ask this specific question like that, so my brain started thinking, okay, £100,000 a year in the 12 months, it's roughly how much? £9,000 a month. £9,000 a month, it's around £2,500 a week, maybe something like that. £2,500 a week and working 5 hours. So I need to make a £500 an hour. Yeah. And after, if I set it like that, is it achievable? Is it for me achievable to make £500 an hour if I'll be working 5 hours a week? It means making £2,500. It is, because for me, make £2,500 in deal sourcing is to literally sell one deal a week. That's it. And in order to sell one deal a week, if I would focus 1 hour on making 4 calls, and after doing 4 to 5 viewings in the next 4 hours, it is achievable. It is achievable. But do I want to achieve that? You need to be specific about your goals and about how you ask your question. Because if you're not going to ask specifically, so you're not going to get it. Second one is?
Yep, so the next thing we want to think about is it's not just asking yourself, you want to ask other people as well. So when ask someone who can help you, ask that specific question to somebody who could actually help you. Now that's not that guy down the pub that's going to tell you, oh yeah, I know how to make £100,000 in property. Here's what you need to do. Sorry, how many property do you have? That same old man is in the pub every night. Who's struggling to pay the bills. He doesn't have any property. He doesn't know. But if he tells you something and you believe it, you're now going to be held back to achieving your goal. And I think you've actually got an example of that you had recently of somebody taking bad advice and.
Oh yes, you reminded me. So there was one girl. She wanted to join my coaching program. She didn't at the end. And I was speaking with her. I had this strategy call, which I do with all my clients. And she told me that she would like to start her business, which was rent-to-rent. And she thought she needs for one deal £10,000. And I asked her, why is it you think you need £10,000? And she said, like, because one person told me I need £10,000. And I'm like, how many people told you need the £10,000? No, I spoke only with that person. I'm like, okay, how many rent-to-rents he has? Nothing, 0. I'm like, okay, so what is how much money you have? And she said, I have 6,000. I was like, so what is the reason you are not taking any action in order to secure a rent-to-rent deal? Because I need 10,000. I'm like, so one person who doesn't even have that same business as you do told you need 10,000 and you believed him, and that's what is stopping you and holding you back, and you are not taking any action? Is that right? And she's like, yeah, if you say it like that, it's kind of weird, because people don't realize where they are taking the advice from. So you need to stay guard of the door of your mind, as Jim Rohn is saying. See, not only Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn.
Jim Rohn, yeah, there we go. We've got two people left. Who trained Jim Rohn?
he trained Tony Robbins. So, and this is it. You need to be asking the right people, because if you're going to be asking the wrong people, you're not going to give you the right advice. And I told her, you don't need 10,000. I said, you need 5,000, 6,000 if you find it yourself. And she was like, really? I was like, yeah. And after, I don't know if she took any action or not, because she didn't sign up for the coaching. But the thing is, she had the bad advice from someone, and the bad advice can ruin you a life, or maybe a year or month or a week. It doesn't matter. It can really ruin some time of your life. So if you want an advice, ask people who are already achieving what you want to achieve. If you want to open your own new business, and I have 3 businesses which are running and they are successful, so you can ask me. If you want to help with anything else about property, I can help you. Luis can help you also with many things regarding fitness and business, because he's done it as well. And you need to be asking the right people. If you're going to be asking the wrong people, you're going to be getting the wrong answers, and you think like you have this idea or the answer from him, but it is not really an answer.
Absolutely.
What is the number 3 step?
So actually, I just want to ask you, Vincent, do you mind showing me how to get one of those property deals?
No.
Why?
For what?
Because we're friends.
It doesn't work like that, man. I don't do things for free.
What? But no, why? The reason he's not going to help is I need to give some value. He's not going to do it. He's not going to waste his time for no reason.
No.
you need to have a reason for that person to help you. So you need to bring them value. Now, value doesn't necessarily mean money. So you could also have a situation where you have fair exchange. So I'll help you if you help me with this. I have this problem. So if you could fix that problem, I know how to fix your problem, so I'll fix your problem. You know, that's fair exchange. And that's where we talk about cheating and collaboration. You know, we collaborate with people who are good at the thing that we're not good at. So if you could, the number one thing you can do if you don't have money is you find out what problem this person has, and if you can offer a solution for them in return for them being able to help you with your problem, you've won.
Yeah, exactly. That is always, it's not about, like we said at the beginning, it's not about resources, like money is a resource.
Yeah.
It's about being resourceful. So finding the way how you can help someone from you who you need an advice from. Yeah. And it's just about being creative. Yeah. And actually I can share an idea with you. I just recently finished my second book, and I want someone to write me a foreword. And Lewis was so kind that he wrote me a foreword. And I know he's going to do it. He's my friend and business partner. But I was thinking, who else I can ask, who is influencer in the industry in the UK, who can help me to write a foreword, and I can benefit from that, and he can benefit from that. And I wouldn't even think about this guy. And my wife told me, why you don't ask him? I was like, sure. So I asked him, but I also told him that actually being on his event in the past, it changed my life. And I came to this realization, and I told him all those things. And I've been also on his show on his channel, and basically he's seen it as a good value, because not only he's going to help promote me, but I'm also going to help promote him because I'm his successful student. So we kind of find a win-win situation for both of us, which is going to help me and it's going to help him. And it wasn't any money involved at all. It's about finding the win-win situation, the fair exchange.
So you found somebody who was able to help you. You specifically asked what you needed, and you found a way to give this person more value.
Yeah.
So what was the next thing that you then done in there?
The next thing, what I was doing, yeah, basically when I sent him the message, I was sending him a message. So I asked with like certainty, with the purpose. It wasn't like just asking and we will see what is going to stick. It was like I knew what I wanted. I asked specifically, but I asked with certainty. And it's the same, like, you know, with anything, even like when you are on stage and you go and you speak, and if you are confident, people think like you are doing it for 10 years, your business is running amazing, and maybe you just started last week. But because you are confident and you know how to speak and how to present yourself, and you dress nicely, so they're gonna pursue you as someone who know what he wants. Certainty. There's the confidence and the certainty. Yeah, do you have an example of that for yourself? I'm just thinking.
Not that comes to mind.
Yeah, because if you just ask with like you are not sure about the stuff, so they're not going to be sure as well. Yeah, if I'm going to come and ask you like, Lewis, I'm not sure, but you think you can make me some plan maybe for, you know, the fitness? I want to go to gym, and I want to get the six-pack next week, and going on holidays.
I mean, I would love to, but I've got a few things on. I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you.
Okay, cool, not a problem. Okay, Lewis, I was just thinking, I want to get to the gym. I really want to build my body, and I know you are the guy who can help me, and I would like to bring something to the table to you to help you, maybe your business or something. Do you think we can find some common grounds that you can help me and I can help you in the same time?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, we can clear a schedule. Let's have a chat about that.
Okay, cool, perfect, thanks. So see, there's a difference if you are energetic and you ask with certainty, or if you are just lousy and asking lousy questions. Okay, and there's the number 5 point, which is
ask until you get what you want. You got to keep going until you achieve your goal. So that doesn't necessarily mean we write a foreword from a book. No. We write a foreword from a book. No. Will you write a foreword from a book? No. You know, that's not going to get you the results. So you need to test it, and if it didn't work, change your approach and keep going. Learn from what happened. If they're just hitting you back with no, then there's no value. You've not provided value. If they come back and say, oh yeah, I would, but you know, I don't think it's really worth my time, then that means you need even more value. If they're not even opening your message, then you're probably not giving them much certainty. You know, keep changing your approach and look for your errors and see how you could do it better.
Yeah. So how long, write in the comments, how long you'll be changing your approach. Write it down just now. How long are you prepared to changing your approach? I'm just interested about your answers. I'm gonna go to behind the keyboard. I'll check it out. How long are you gonna be changing your approach? Maximilian, until I get what I want. Exactly. Exactly. So very good, Maximilian. So we will be changing the approach until we get what we want. And you know the saying when you speak with someone, let's say I have some of the strategy calls with people, and they have all those things what they are telling me, what they want to achieve. And I ask them, okay, what did you do in the past? And then they say, like, for example, you know, I'm doing it for that much, that long. And it just doesn't, I'm doing for past 6 months and I'm really into it. And I cannot get landlord to sign any rent-to-rent deal. And I tried everything.
That's the one. That's my favorite line.
Yeah.
I tried everything.
I tried everything. And like, you tried everything?
Yeah.
It's like, no, maybe not everything. I tried million of things.
Million things.
Million of things. Million? Name them. Name them. Name them. Maybe I tried hundreds of thousands. Name thousands.
Name a thousand.
Or maybe I just tried this two things over again. I was like, all right, here we are. So people overgeneralize. This is what they do.
Yeah.
They think like, and if you say things like that, I tried this business and I tried everything and nothing worked. If you would try everything, you would get what you wanted. Yeah.
There's a quote from Albert Einstein that says the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. You have to change your approach if you want a different result.
Yeah. This is what all successful people on the planet do. Yeah. They know what they want. They know why they want it, which we don't have a time to discover all those things, the know and why. And they take massive action. And if something doesn't work, they change the approach. And it doesn't mean they change the industry. They change the approach slightly. Maybe this webinar, what we do, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. We will see. We'll see the results afterwards.
Get the feedback from you guys.
Feedback. And if not, maybe we change the approach slightly for next time. Maybe we put this light a little bit 2 millimeter like that. And maybe it's going to be much better for the next time. We don't know what's going to be. But this is what all the successful people do.
Yeah.
And actually, which brings me to this step over the edge. So this is just a webinar, but we're going to be doing full live event, which is going to be in Edinburgh. It's 7th
of January.
7th of January, 2023. And this is exactly what we'll be focusing it. What is it you want? What is your passion? Why you want it, but not why just because of money, but why really deep inside of you. What is your driving force? For me, it's like my family, my kids. It's a big driving force. And for everybody can be something else. So why you want it? We'll show you how to take a massive action. And if something doesn't work, you're going to change the approach. So we would like to invite you. We would like to invite you for that live event, which is going to be in Edinburgh. And the only thing what you need to do, we'll put into the chat the link, and basically you can just join. It's a £1 registration fee, so we know who's coming because we have limited spaces. It's not like we don't have a lot of space. We can take up to 40 people. So all of you who are in here and you would like to come, you are the first one who have the access. Who have the link, who can register for the webinar, for the not webinar.
Yeah, live event.
Because
the registration is going to go live today, so you will be the first to actually even see the registration to be able to get on it. So you will actually be the first people to get on it.
Yeah.
I want to share now. This being a live webinar, I can't see you guys. You know, we've got in the back of the camera there. We're speaking to a camera. There's only so much coaching techniques we can utilize to a group through a camera. That's why we've had to specifically choose what we've done here. But in the live event, we're able to go much, much deeper and utilize coaching techniques that are going to benefit you even more. So if you felt like you got a benefit from this is only just scratching the tip, the ice of the, what's the saying? The tip of the iceberg.
Something with the iceberg.
Iceberg, yeah. So we'll be able to get in much deeper and be able to get more personal and really work with you to help get that understanding out of that and really find that passion. So don't worry if you feel like you haven't quite worked out your passion yet. This was just a very short tool that you're going to go away, practice with to help you get going. And then as you get better at it, we're going to get you in on the 7th and we're going to absolutely smash it really find your passion, and start understanding what the next steps are. And now that's all free. It's a £1 registration just so you can book the ticket so that we can secure your slot. That's all. There's no profit in that, of course. You know, it's a very expensive event to run, but we want you there so that you can really get the benefit.
And I'll just ask you one thing. Can you put there the link for the guys?
Yes.
Over there. And just the last thing before we finish, because I think it's around 9 p.m. Is it? Is it around 9?
5 to.
Oh, 5 to 9. So see, we are on time. So we said it's going to be 2 hours, and this 2 hours. So amazing. If you can maybe, guys, just tell us in the feedback forum, just in the chat, it was good to be here, or if you learned something, or it was shit. Just be honest. We would like to know your feedback because we want to improve. It's our first event, and we would like to improve and be much better for the next time and for the next people, or also for you if you would like to come back. So please put in the chat, what is it? Maybe some key points what were good and some key points which may be not so good, so we can improve. And the better for us is the bad things, because this is when we can improve. I don't know, let's say, I don't know, timer didn't work, there was no sound, I don't know, anything. Or in the general, if you like the event, we really appreciate for you being in here. We're gonna put the link in the chat right now. We are working on that. Louis is a little bit on the slower side now. It's okay. We're gonna be there any second. And let me see some messages if you write something in the chat, something which was good or bad. Let's see. Can find you. Had a blast being here, guys. Thank you so much. Amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. What else we have there? Louis, you can also say, you can read that.
That's great. I see everybody wanting to connect on Facebook. That's great. Everybody, share your Instagram, share your Facebook, get connect, network with people. The best way to make friends is to get to know people who are on the same path or on similar wavelengths, who want to achieve the goals. So you've got similar things to talk about. We are creating a community here. We really want all sorts of people to. It's been great. Ant and Dick, better watch out.
What?
Thanks, Chris. Okay, I was having technical difficulties there. I'm not the expert when it comes to using that marketing software that allows us to handle the landing pages, and I don't even know what to call it. That's how out in the dark I am with this. So do you know what I did? If you're paying attention to this webinar, you'll know exactly what I did. I collaborated with someone who knows how to do it.
Okay, keep talking.
Okay.
Okay, the link is coming right now.
Link's coming, we've got it.
Okay.
Okay, get signed up. First seats are available, so absolutely secure your slot. So we've got 3 weeks.
3 weeks,
3 weeks, 3 weeks till the event. It's all the details on the page. It's on the outskirts of Edinburgh, so it's easy to get to via
free
car.
parking.
We are covering all the parking, so you just get a ticket and give us your ticket when you come in. You'll get given a ticket to allow you to get free parking. There's a KFC, there's the Gaio Shopping Centre, you've got all your stuff around. If you're commuting in Edinburgh, there's a tram link, it's Edinburgh Park tram link. And then there's a train station, it's Edinburgh Park train station. So whether you're coming from further afield down south, you're gonna get the train into Waverley, and then the train from Waverley over to Edinburgh Park. Very simple, very easy. We actually did think this through. It's a beautiful venue. It's the Novo Hotel. They've got steam room, they've got swimming pool.
There is no time for that.
Great. I'll be there.
So the last thing, in the comments, write down yes for those who are thinking or who are coming, because we would like to know. We'd like to know who is coming, so we know who is there, because you've been amazing for tonight and for these 2 hours, and we would like to know from you. So I'll give you 1 more minute. Say yes in the comments if you are coming. You have the link. This gives you plenty of the time to register. Also, this link is going to go on all social media from tomorrow, so there'll be also another people can join, and also you if you would miss that link today. That'll be all from us.
I just want to say thank you guys very much, but also I want you to thank you. Thank yourself for putting in the effort to take in this information, to also put it into action, because I know you're going to do it. You're going to go away and you're going to put this into action. So thank yourself for doing that. Take a minute and do that. Genuinely thank yourself. You'll feel better for it. Promise.
Perfect. Thank you very much again, and have an amazing night, and enjoy your Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You too, guys. This has been great. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.